What is going on, everybody? Jay Shy here with another video, and I really needed to make this video because I had a lot to say, and what I mean a lot to say in terms of just making something. I noticed that I haven't been on for a while, and the reason why I haven't been on in a while is because I noticed that for the past couple of months, and I feel like everybody goes through this. For the past couple of months, I really needed to do some soul searching. I really needed to figure out what it was that I really wanted to do. I know for a fact that I am an individual who loves to who loves to keep busy. I like to, for lack of a better word, I like to create projects for myself and keep busy. And a lot of times I don't finish those projects, mostly because something else catches my attention, and I jump to other said projects. So I haven't been on because I didn't know what else to make in terms of YouTube, quality. I didn't know what to say anymore. I didn't know, what kind of videos to make. And the videos that I have the most fun making is the videos where, I'm talking about some of my passions, which it could be artwork, it could be video games. Most of the time it's video games. And I noticed that I was like, you know what, I need to take a step back and figure out what it is that I really, really, wanted. And I kind of went back to my passion from when I was a kid, which is video games. A lot of people would think that it was artwork, when in reality, my first passion was video games. It was always video games. I have a great joy for playing them. And I wanted to make this video because I kind of wanted to start this into a discussion sort of thing, because I feel like a lot of people who watch my channel are either, I would say, high schoolers to probably like college students. I'm not sure if I have an older crowd. I don't know how to check that. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me, because all of you who watch my channel are, I think of you as kind of, close friends that, give me feedback, that, leave comments and help me out through, tough situations. And one of the situations that I was going through at the time was, I didn't know if I wanted to draw anymore. And you know what it was, is when I said earlier that I really needed to do some soul searching, is I stopped drawing for a while, and I stopped doing a lot of things. But one of the things I noticed I kept gravitating back to was video games. And I recently bought a video game that sort of, I would, for lack of a better word, reinvigorate my inspiration for, making videos on YouTube and, playing video games. And it was two of them. I like to import games if I can't find a physical copy of it. So I would import them. And two of those games is, one of them is a game from my childhood, a game called Ninja Warriors. But I think in Japan it's called Ninja Saviors. I think that's what it's called. But I heard that it was getting a re-release on the Switch and on the PS4. So I ended up importing the PS4 version, and I took some time to just kind of relax and play through it. And I couldn't tell you the magnitude of the joy that I had, just that instilled in me again. And I played it for a good weekend. I had a very good weekend, played through it, and I beat the game. And to my surprise, I found out, because I didn't really do any research on this. I just kind of bought it because I had Ninja Warriors when I was a kid on the Super Nintendo. If I sound kind of stuffy, it's because I think I have a sinus cold. But so I had Ninja Warriors on the Super Nintendo when I was a kid, and to my surprise, when I beat it, I unlocked a new character. The reason why it's surprising to me is because we are living in an age now where you pay for that sort of thing. You don't unlock it anymore. If you want new characters or DLC, you will pay for it. You will buy it. To my surprise, I unlocked a character and found out that when you unlock this character, if you beat the game again, but with the new said character, you will unlock another one. This brought great joy to me. I couldn't even tell you. And Ninja Warriors, I would say, isn't an easy game. It has a a little bit of a difficulty to it because of the speed of the characters. They're pretty slow and clunky. They're like heavy android ninjas. But I wouldn't say it's an easy game due to the fact of how you have to defeat the final boss. But for all of you who ever want to play this game, I won't spoil it for you. But I found great joy in playing Ninja Warriors for a weekend, which led me to playing, not playing, but pre-ordering another game that caught my attention at the time because I really wanted a physical release of it, and it was a game on the PS4 as well, and it was a limited run game, so it was limited print, but I think you can actually get the Japanese version from PlayAsia.com, and it is Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger, I think it's 9 or IX, but Gunvolt Chronicles is another game that just recently solidified, this inspiration to play more games. And I haven't had as much fun with these two games than I've had with a lot of the newer things that are coming out now. And I guess in retrospect, when I think about it, I wonder if I'm getting to that point in my life where obviously I'm getting older. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm getting older, and I'm wondering if I'm going into that place where the newer games no longer cater to me. So I tend to look back to what was fun when I was younger. And I never thought that I would ever, feel this way about video games. I always thought, I was just gonna keep running with the times as they change. But that's not the case, unfortunately. It seems like I'm looking at games that give me a sense of nostalgia, and give me a sense of, recapturing that joy that I had when I was younger. And these two games really did it for me. Another game that did it for me was Bloodstained, but I feel like I would save Bloodstained for another video. But I realized that I am not the guy that plays the competitive kind of shooters that are sort of flooding the market at the moment. Games like a game that I would honestly be honest with and say that it does catch my attention, but I know it would completely frustrate me, is Escape from Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov looks like a game that I would enjoy, but due to the fact that it's mostly a competitive shooter where you play online against other players, it would probably I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It would just make me frustrated is one of them. But I wouldn't say disappoint, because the game doesn't look disappointing. It would just it's not my thing, competitive shooters. And I get why now, why they're made is, they're very lucrative. They make money, and this generation enjoys them. And I am obviously part of that generation, but I've never really enjoyed competitive shooters. I would play certain ones like, Unreal Tournament, but Unreal Tournament is very fast-paced arena shooting, but I'm not a competitive individual when it comes to shooting games. I'm just not great at them, so I don't play them. But I can admit, Escape from Tarkov does catch my attention, but it doesn't look like it would bring me that joy that other games have. But anyway, I don't want this video to go on too long, but I just really wanted to make kind of a discussion kind of video, something that you don't really watch it, you kind of just listen to it. And that's what I'm doing here, because I'm working on getting back together my editing software and stuff like that. And but I really wanted to make this video because I am somewhat reinvigorated in my video game hobby, because I still collect video games and I still play them, and I'm still trying to get through my backlog of video games, because I still use backloggery.com on a daily. And that's another thing that has kind of brought some joy, because I've made a lot of friends on that website. We talk about the games we're beating, we talk about the games we're playing, and it really kind of brought me back, from this weird place that I was in, and it was video games. I thought that it was going to be artwork, but it wasn't. Artwork feels more like a thing that I was doing because it was a potential job, and at the end of the day, I just really wanted to enjoy the things that were around me, and artwork at the time wasn't doing that. But I don't want to dwell too much on that, because there's other things that I'm doing as well. I didn't completely stop drawing, but but anyway, I'm rambling. So I really wanted to turn this into a discussion. Is there any video games that you went back to and it just brought you an immense amount of joy, to the point where you're just like, wow, that was refreshing?